welcome to the final episode of Series 1 of Meals for Millennials, and I think it's safe to say we've kept probably the best and tastiest until last.
I think so, yeah. This is the one I'm most excited about, for sure.
It is, of course, steak. Now, I have to say, I don't eat steak very often. I feel like I kind of keep it for either special occasions or else if I go to a certain place that I know is famous for
it's
steak.
It's a good steak, yeah. You're probably better off. I mean, we're in an age now where there's this big emphasis on more veg, less meat, blah, blah, blah. So, again, I have a very varied diet, eat lots of veg. I do enjoy steak. Every now and then, I think it's no harm. I'm a beef farmer myself. We have our own meat at home, so I'd be biased if I said I didn't like it. But again, it's one that I get asked a lot of questions. It's one that you can make, how to say it nicely, you can make a very bad attempt at it.
You can make it so right, but you can also get it so wrong.
Correct. You said it much better than I could ever say it.
Now, when we said we were going to do steak, you said to me, I said, okay, what will I do? And you said, get a good steak. Now, I have to say, I went into the butcher, I said, hello, can I have 2 good steaks?
Nice.
So, again, I was there going, so first of all, what is good steak? I know number 1 is buy local and buy off your butcher.
Yeah, I agree. More so what I meant was there's so many variations of steak. You can get like a minute steak, which is extremely thin. It's perfect for like a stir fry, anything like that. But for this, I wanted a good thickness so we can, just hit it in a few sides of the pan, take it off. We bought like a medium rare. Yeah. So that's what we're aiming for today. But yeah, again, I would go to your local butcher. Is the it's the best quality one you're going to get. Just I know ourselves, our beef from our farm goes to local butchers, all that kind of stuff. So. As much as you can go to local butcher.
Perfect. So we have our good steak here, as you said, fine solid steak. I have to say, I can't remember the last time I've seen steak this big, massive. So what's the first thing to do with your steak? So
I'm not going to bother trimming it. You could trim the fat off if you wanted. I'm going to leave it on. You can see it has started to colour a small bit. Another question that I get asked quite a bit. That's absolutely fine.
Okay.
It means the air might have gotten to it. It's starting to age. And aged meat is a huge business nowadays. Anyway, you can get like 30-day aged, 40-day aged, different process. It's salted, but there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing to cut off those bits. All I'm going to do is a nice pinch of salt.
Okay.
The same with pepper. And we'll do that on both sides. So I was going to pat that into the meat itself. I'm not going to beat it or bait it because I want to keep the thickness in it.
Lovely. Now, one thing I noticed here is, again, you're putting a nice, what I call a nice measure of salt and pepper. I think, because some people can be a bit afraid of
very
salt
much
and pepper.
So, especially with any seasonings or herbs. I think people are hesitant, especially in Ireland. It's so important, so important. If we did both those steaks and I didn't season one, or if I season one and not the other, you would taste a huge difference. And again, when you're cooking, you're going to lose some to the pan and all that kind of stuff. So don't be afraid to season, especially a good steak. It matters.
Now, fine hot pan with oil.
Yeah, so I'm going to do some extra virgin olive oil into our pan.
Okay. I
will finish this with a little bit of butter, but I wouldn't start with butter because butter wouldn't get hot enough to cook the steak.
Okay.
So because we both like it medium rare, what I'm going to do is just hit it in the pan, less than a minute either side. Okay. So you'll know by the thickness of it. It's probably half an inch thick. So less than a minute. First,
interesting.
I won't touch it. I'm not going to stir. I'm not going to keep flipping it. We flip it once. That is it.
Okay, so for medium rare.
Yeah, no, in general. Okay. I don't care how you like your steak. We cook it. So even if you wanted it well done, I would let it sit for 2 minutes and then I flip it.
Okay.
But if you're constantly flipping over and back, you're just not getting the most out of your meat. So into the pan. I'm going to wait until it's really, really good and hot because I want to hear a good sizzle.
Is it top heat now you put the pan?
Yeah, this is top heat. Yeah, for sure. And I wouldn't do any more to this. You could, if you're going like an oriental dish, you could do marinated. So you could like chop it up and mix it in a bag with some soy sauce and some like curry powder or cumin, anything like that. Yeah. There's so much you can do with steak. But the traditional means, especially for this, is you can't beat the basics of a good fried steak. So I can see. So the big thing here now is the sound. Yeah, if you don't hear a sizzle, I'm pulling it out. There we go.
Oh, listen to that.
So our steak goes in. Just going to position it. And leave it alone. So I'm not pressing it down, I'm not doing anything to it, I'm letting it sit, I'm letting the fat do the cooking. Awesome. So as that fat cooks, that will start to render down, especially the marbling in the centre.
Okay.
So again, that will start to kind of melt on the inside. That's what's going to give us a beautiful juices on the inside as well.
Marbling is something good to look for in a steak, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely, yeah.
The white lines going through.
Usually if you like the most expensive steak, Wagyu beef. You ever hear that?
I've heard of it, yeah.
Japanese cow. The farmers play music to them, and they feed them really exotic food. A lot of barley, a lot of porridge,
Oh,
and
wow.
they play traditional music during the day, and they massage the muscles.
Okay, interesting.
Really,
Wow.
really expensive meat. But if you ever looked at it, it is all marbling. It's all marble deposits throughout. So when it's cooked, then that fat will melt, and it makes the juiciest steaks you will ever possibly.
I'm guessing you tasted a Wagyu steak.
I've tasted it before. I even tried to buy a Wagyu cow.
No way!
Yeah, they are incredibly expensive. Down the line, it's something I would love to do, is get some Wagyu cow down the palace. Yeah. So again, I'm not doing much of this. I'm not poking it. I'm not doing anything. I'm just every now and then looking at the underside. As soon as I start to see a little bit of browning in the bottom, I'm going to flip it over then. So I'm going to give it another maybe 10 seconds. I can even see on the frying pan there's some deposits there already, which is a good sign. You're just starting to cook.
Again, the smell, like it's a season now that I can smell really strong here.
You'll get that pepper, and even like if you're doing a pepper sauce after this, the pan is primed for that. You have the salt and pepper on the bottom. All you do is make a pepper sauce in this pan as this rests. We'll get to the resting in a little bit, which is very, very important as well.
Yeah.
So, what I'm going to do, flip it over.
Oh, look at that!
You see there's a nice char on the outside.
Yeah.
So we're getting there. So always a measure when you're doing steak is the springiness in it. So it's still quite springy, which means it's quite raw in the centre, which is what we want. We want a bit of pushback. If it was, quite hard when it's well done, there'll be no springiness. It'll just be quite solid. So you always, when you're cooking a steak, you're always just touching, you're feeling. You want a little bit of springiness. And again, we're not going to do too much stirring or flipping. We're going to let the pan do the work.
Okay. And you haven't touched the heat at all? It's left top heat the whole thing? Top heat.
So as we're getting to the end, if you really want to make, if you're doing like a special occasion, cooking for someone, or if it's a good expensive steak, I'm going to get just a tablespoon of butter, drop it into the pan.
Loads of butter!
That's going to start to melt. That's just the flavour, is all it is. If I had a sprig of rosemary, I'd pop it in there as well. Okay. So all I'm going to do, so I can drop the heat a little bit now. With a spoon, start throwing that over the steak.
So spoon the butter over the steak there, melting butter. And without those flavours then will all go through the steak.
So you have an accumulation of butter, salt, pepper, and the oil from the steak. If you want to pass me over that yellow bowl then, Meghann, please.
That just smells divine.
I'm going to get this off. Thank you very much. And that meat is done.
Wow.
We're going to put that, we're going to let that rest.
And then you can use the leftover sauce if you want for
put some over
the steak, and then as well if you want to make your pepper sauce or any kind of sauce.
Absolutely.
I have to say.
So this is probably one of the other most important parts, is to let it rest.
Okay, for how long so should you let it stay
half
rest?
the cooking time is usually the measurement.
Okay.
So if we're cooking for 4 minutes, about 2 minutes. So we don't even have to, but ideally for any meats you should be letting them rest.
Okay, so why is that now? Is that just so the juices can?
It's because when we put a meat like that into a scorching hot pan, the muscle fibres clinch up. Okay. So as we're cooking it, they're all tight, they're all clinched, they're being cooked. So when we take it off the heat, they're going to relax.
And then you have
and the juices will come back into the muscle fibres. So if we cut that now, it'd be like a river of juice running off.
Okay, we want to keep that in.
So we want to let it relax just for a couple of seconds. We don't have to overdo it. I mean, a minute is perfect. Yeah. The more you give it, the longer or the better it'll be. But it's very hard to leave a steak sit down for 2 or 3 minutes. Even like at Christmas time, ideally you should have done, like if you cooked a turkey for 4 hours, you should leave the rest for 2 hours, which is very. Wow. My mother nearly dropped my daughter that. But again, it's usually half the cooking time, and it's beneficial to the meat itself.
Now we're talking here about, I know a lot of people put sauce or put like different veg with their steak, but do you think with a really good steak you nearly don't need anything?
If it's a really good piece of meat, I think less is more. Okay. I wouldn't be drowning this in sauce because this is the star of the show. Okay. It's cooked nicely. We've a nice bit of butter gone in there, so it's going to be quite rich. I would nearly fry some like asparagus or some sort of vegetable in that pan already at the moment. You could do a little bit of mashed potato and a nice gravy or a nice pepper sauce in over it.
Brilliant. Okay.
No, I would.
We think our 2 minutes is up. We need to taste the steak.
Yeah, this is going to be perfect. So I'm just really sharp knives.
Yeah.
Making nice incisions
What I've learned so far from this first series is the importance of good knives, good pots and pans, blenders. Like, I mean, you really do have to have
Well,
all the kind of basics, suppose.
You know, they're not essential, but they make a huge difference. So if we're looking at that.
Are we looking at this? Oh, wow. So it's kind of just slightly pink in the middle, which is what you really want, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So,
and that, of course, medium rare.
And you'll see the thicker side will be more pink, so it's nearly kind of the best of both worlds. The
Oh,
thicker it is,
yes.
it's going to get a little bit more rare up here. So
now, if you do, I know a lot of people in Ireland especially do like their steak well done, so you're saying 2 minutes either side if you want to brown
I
it all
would.
the way through.
Especially for a steak with this thickness.
Okay.
You'll see that's quite thin, so it cooks much faster. 2 minutes either side, let it rest, and that would kind of be airing on the side of well done, and it would be fine, you know. But again, I would try and encourage you to try even medium to well done. I just think that you're missing out on the best bit of a steak if it's completely overcooked.
Okay.
You know, that's pretty much ideal to me. You have your charring on the outside, but the middle has a nice pink colour running through. The juice, you see there is not a lot of juice running out, so a lot of that juice has gone into the meat, which is great.
Nice.
So even if you have a board like this, you could just tip that juice back into your sauce.
Okay, super. So not to waste it. Now, can I have my taste test, please?
You can indeed.
I'm here watching this, being like drooling.
Okay,
so I'm going to go for one that's like kind of bit of both. So we've got a little bit of pink, and as you said, the charring on the outside, and there is some juice there as well. Oh my gosh, can you see this? Look at that. Cheers. That is so good.
Yeah, that's a really good steak. Just in general, the quality is good. It's not chewy. It's very, very soft. And I think the fact that it's not overly done, you know, if it's overdone, it's nearly rubbery and you're chewing it a lot. Whereas that's nearly melting in your mouth, you know.
I have to say, you know, this is a Limerick steak. I got it in the Limerick butchers from a Limerick cow, so it is the best of the best.
You can do a little bit more of butter from the pan just over it.
Oh wow!
I don't think you're going to get much.
We don't need anything else here. We don't need any garnishes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I have to say, what a series it has been for Meals for Millennials. I know I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I've learned so much off you. Oh my god!
Absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Absolutely unbelievable. We of course would love to see any of your videos if you've followed along any of the videos that we made or in the podcast. Do tag us, Owen Sheehan, Meghann Scully, Limerick Post, and I hopefully we'll be having a series too.
Yeah, also too. Yeah. Please do. Please try them. That's the reason we make these, and the reason we're doing this is to try and promote cooking, promote everything that we're doing here. So if you do cook anything, please do show us the good and the bad, and there hopefully will be lots more to come.
Yes, and make sure to subscribe, hit like, follow, do all that. And as said, for series 1 from Meals for Millennials, from Meghann and from Owen, thank you very much.
Ciao.